Home renovations getting you down? You don't know where to start? Don't know when it's going to end? Then you need to watch the latest episode of Trusted Renovations, Saturday at 11 a.m. on Peachtree TV.
Last time on Trusted Renovations, we got busy in the kitchen, updating Jennifer's wood cabinets with stylish and affordable faux finishes. Now she's one step closer to that French provincial kitchen of her dreams. Plus, Superior Pro Exteriors freshened up the paint on the outside of our Trusted Renovations house, bringing out the beauty of the brick and blending in the garage with the rest of the home. And Chimney Solutions walked us through a chimney clean of the rustic stone fireplace, making it safe and ready to use when the nights are cool. Today on Trusted Renovations, we're heading outdoors. Remember when we took down all those trees in Jennifer's yard? Well, now we're removing the stumps. Plus, the whole family gets together to dig in the dirt and transform Jennifer and John's garden. And a guest bath is converted to a safe sanctuary for Jennifer's mom when she visits from Australia. If you're looking to renovate your home, we have the research solutions for you.
This is the story of Jennifer and John. It's our story, turning this 1970s brick ranch into a 21st century home. 25 projects, 25 contractors, top companies creating a total renovation. It's shingles to foundation, plumbing to pool. It's a classic and stylish transformation, and you get to see the actual costs. This is Trusted Renovation.
Hello everyone and welcome to Trusted Renovations. I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm GINA Townsend.
Today we're talking all things outdoors. We're about 2 months into this renovation.
That's it? It seems like a lifetime ago that we took out all those trees.
Yeah, we did have to remove quite a few. Some were rotting, others dead, and there was that one hickory that was particularly worrisome.
Well, let's take a look back at that hickory tree with Richmond Trees' Pat Lombardo.
It's a beautiful piece of property, a lot of nice trees. There's some concerns I have though. Beautiful tree, but being so close to the house, you can see that it's pretty rotted.
Wow.
And what I'm afraid of is if it keeps on decaying, it could fall on the house.
Yep, that one came down along with many more. So what do you do when you have a bunch of stumps left in the yard? Well, of course, you have a stump grinding party. Let's see what that entails with Dennis Hatfield with Specialty Stump Grinding.
Okay guys, and here we are today, and here's that stump that we were talking about. But as you can tell, the center has rotted out. And the reason that you do want to get rid of the stump here is because if you were to leave it as it is decaying, now you're going to have termites and bugs and everything else encroaching into this stump, and if you leave it, then you're going to have a sinkhole that you can trip in or fall in, or the kids could get hurt. So that is one of the reasons you don't want to leave a tree stump, especially so close to the house, that you definitely want to get rid of it. Now the roots will die, they will rot away and die, and you won't even know that they were even there because they are under the ground, and it's not like you're going to have a sinkhole or a hole of any kind. It will just rot away and die off.
With us now is Dennis Hatfield with Specialty Stump Grinding. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. So we had a lot of trees that came down at Jennifer's. How
Yes.
many stumps did you grind up there?
About 30.
30. Oh wow. Is that a lot typical, or?
No, that's probably about 2 hours worth of grinding.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad, no.
Okay, fantastic. So when you ground those stumps down, tell us a little bit about your process. Tell us a little bit about, what happened.
Oh yeah, well we get there and we have her walk us around the property, show us what stumps she wants done, and then we go ahead and add up all the inches and add up everything, and we gave her the price. And like I said, about 2 hours later we were finished and everything was nice, piled up, and she was very happy.
Well, in the video we saw this machine that has this grinding ability back and forth. That's a pretty awesome machine. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a stump grinder. It's RG100, and it's a pretty big machine. It weighs about 4,000 pounds. It will fit through a 36-inch gate, so you can get it through most normal gates. And you basically just pull it up to the tree stump and operate it from the side and grind away. And
now, how far down does that go?
But
Because that's kind of important.
Yes, it will go down 3 feet deep, but normally we only go down about 12 inches unless you wanted to plant another tree there or you needed it really deep. We can go deeper or something else.
Now, with that being 12 inches deep, do you pack that back with the mulch that comes off of there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we
so
will
you have a nice
pile
level
it back
surface.
up. Yes, actually it won't be level because you'll have the mound of the mulch from everything we've grounded up. Depending on how big the stump is going to depend on how much mulch you're going to have.
Sure.
So we will fill the hole back in and then pile it back up for you. We do offer the service to haul that away. There is an extra fee for that.
Sure.
But a lot of people choose to keep it and spread it around their yards, or some choose to have us haul it away because they don't want to deal with trying to be out there moving it. It is not easy.
Why is it so important to grind these stumps down properly?
Well, first you want to make sure it's done correctly so you not have to pay for it twice.
Sure.
Okay.
Because not anybody with a stump grinder is doing it the right way.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then you want to get rid of those stumps so you don't have that rotting tree stump in your yard or that eyesore or things like that, or you're redoing your landscaping.
Sure.
So as Jennifer is.
Now, with a rotting tree stump, what is that? What are the hazards of having that in your yard?
Well, you're attracting rodents, you're attracting bugs, snakes, yellow jackets, all sorts of kind of bugs and creatures, termites, and these things. And you have that old rotting wood, and some of them stink, and you know, a lot, and things like that. So so there's
a lot more into stump grinding than just
yes,
taking it down
is.
to the grass.
Yes.
Okay. So Dennis, it's pretty apparent you've got no trouble doing those specialized and tough jobs.
Not at all. I love doing them. I like the more harder it is, the more better it is for me, because when I get that job done and I know I accomplished that job, and to make customers happy, it's what I look out for. That's what I try to do for them, and they know who we are. So.
Well, fantastic.
Not
well,
hard to
thank you
find
for
us.
joining us today, Dennis. We
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
it and all your hard work on the Trusted Renovation House. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Trusted Renovations.
Trusted Renovations is sponsored by All Phase Home Services.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. My investigation shows home energy savings begins with all-phase home services. From blown-in and spray foam insulation to a solar-blocking radiant barrier, all-phase delivers real solutions to slash your utility bills.
We're committed to providing you energy-saving solutions and great customer service.
I've not only done the research, I actually installed a radiant barrier in my home, and my power bills were cut in half. Start saving today with all-phase home services.
When it comes to who works inside your home, you can call their plumber. Or you can call your plumber. You can call their electrician. Or you can call your electrician. Because let's face it, you have to be comfortable with who is doing the work for you. And these are your guys.
The most comfortable call you can make, Mr. Rooter and Mr. Electric.
Chuck is buried under a mountain of debt. He's considering bankruptcy, but will he qualify? Can he keep his house and car? Will creditors sue him? Will they finally stop garnishing his wages? Luckily, Chuck called Clark in Washington, Georgia's largest bankruptcy filer. They'll handle all his paperwork, counsel him on strategy, and attend all court hearings right by his side. Schedule your free consultation now at CW13.com or call 770-488-9300.
Your car's transmission has 800 pieces. That means there are 800 things that could go wrong. And when something does go wrong,
there's only one place to go, AMCO.
We're the transmission experts with over 50 years experience rebuilding and replacing transmissions. AA, MCO.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell with TrustDale.com. Lots of shops claim to deliver. My research shows AMCO is the hands-down choice for transmission repair and total car care. Welcome back, everyone, to Trusted Renovations. One of the biggest trends in home remodels is transforming your yard into outdoor living space. Here in Georgia, we have a perfect climate for folks wanting to spend time out in nature. But nature in the South includes mosquitoes. To avoid having to spray up with DEET every time you walk out the door, a good investment is to find a pest service that can help you control your mosquito population before they become a problem. Joining me now is Bob Keller from All Exterminating to show us how they treated Jennifer's property and to share tactics you need to know for your own yard. Welcome, Bob.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. Okay, so I've spent a lot of time out at the Trusted Renovations house with John and Jennifer, and it basically has all the elements for a mosquito circus. What are some of the challenges that you encountered out there?
Well, the fact that it's a mixed forested open environment with a retention pond gives us a lot of opportunities to plan and organize, but they also have a lot of pots and items in their garden that create challenges for a company. So those are the type of problems that we have to face.
I love the way you said it gave you opportunities. That's awesome. So Jennifer also has an extensive gutter system, a covered gutter system. Can that create problems as well?
It does. One of the characteristics that mosquitoes like to do is they, in dry times, will deposit their eggs on the water line in gutter systems, in clay pots, even that little teacup in her garden. And that when the rain comes, that is when those eggs will drop off into the water. And once they're hydrated, 5 to 15 days later, you have mosquitoes.
So once a homeowner recognizes and eliminates the mosquito breeding areas, what's the next step to control these bugs?
Well, we really have to look at the entire yard and the environment as a whole. So you want to evaluate the retention pond that's there. You have to talk about how the creek works that runs through the property. So these are all areas when it comes to doing treatment and prevention that you have to address.
You know, there's a debate over using chemical treatments versus using all natural essential oils to rid a yard of these kinds of pests. Bob, explain the merits and the challenges between these two.
Well, I'll start off by saying it's my favorite question.
Really? Okay.
Because everyone believes that if you get what is considered a natural or a botanical type of product, that it's just as safe as you could possibly be. Well, products that are for pest control and mosquito control must be applied properly in order for them to be safe. So a botanical is going to degrade a little bit quicker. It's going to be more UV sensitive. It's going to wash away more likely with the rain or even the dew that gets placed on the top of shrubbery and that type of thing. So natural products typically don't last as long as the man-made synthesized products. However, if they're applied correctly, both of them are very safe.
The key is to have an expert apply it.
I would say yes, sir.
Okay, Bob, that's great information for all of our homeowners. If you're interested in reading more about how to protect your home against mosquitoes and other pests, you can go to allexterminating.com and see what options are available so you too can start living outdoors a little bit more. Bob, thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
My pleasure. Now that we've got a plan in place to control pests, it's a great time to start thinking about a garden. Now, unless you were born with a green thumb, designing and installing landscaping can be more challenging than you think. Growing up, if my mama wanted flowers, well, my brother and I went outside and started shoveling. Nowadays, a lot more folks are farming out their outdoor duties to professionals. Joining me today to talk about what homeowners need to do before they start digging is John McQuarrie of Georgia Gardens. John, welcome.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you so much for having me.
So, I'm ready to start. How do I go about hiring this kind of a specialized contractor?
Well, first you've got to figure out exactly what you're looking to do, whether it's going to be something that's all landscape or a little hardscape or both, and then you want to seek out someone who specializes in those areas. And obviously it's great to start with trustdale.com, but once you've found someone, then you just want to kind of feel them out and make sure you can work with them, because especially larger landscape projects, you're going to spend a lot of time with your designer, and you want to make sure it's someone you just click with, who understands what you like.
Could not agree more. And you want to hire somebody that has vision, and you guys have.
Absolutely.
You guys have it. So what's the first thing to do when you go out on the job?
So first thing that I like to do when I get out there is really find out what the customer is looking for. Well, most people say they want something that they can't kill, something that's going to be pretty, but it's something that's hardy and easy to maintain. Then I'm going to survey the site, figure out the best areas to plant, what are our hazards, what are our limitations, whether there's too much shade or too much sun, poor soil, and once we kind of have those general assessments made, we can come up with a reasonable plan and execute it from there.
How important is proper drainage in planting?
Drainage is key, and that's often the area where landscapers make their mistakes is when it comes to drainage. Too much water is always a problem, and too little water is quite the issue as well. You want to make sure you take into account where your runoff is going to go, whether your plants can benefit that, if there's any environmental solutions you can use to maintain and help prevent drainage problems.
A lot of homeowners want the plants right up against their home. What can be challenging about that?
Well, the biggest problem, besides the fact that you can damage paint and things like that, is access. You know, you think about it, you need to get in there to clean your window off, or you need to paint something, and then if you have those shrubs right up against the house like builders often do, it not only does it stunt your plant growth, but it makes it hard to work.
Makes sense. Your team guided Jennifer and John in their shrub and plant selections and then helped them with installation. What were some of the challenges you faced?
I think the biggest challenges we had with Jennifer and John was they had a very large property with a lot of established landscape. And so for us, we had to find a way to incorporate all these new ideas while not taking away from what was already there that looked in good shape, and how to make everything tie in together well.
We got to figure out a way to sell tickets because you guys did such a good job. People want to come out and see this beautiful project. If you want more information about planning for your home's landscaping, you can go to gagardens.net. And later on in the show, we're going to show you what Jennifer picked out for her yard. You will not want to miss this. But first, GINA shows us how Oscar Brown tile transformed a small guest bath to a safer space for Jennifer's mother when visiting from Australia. That's next.
Here's a little secret that can change your life. You can make serious income as a heating, air conditioning, refrigeration tech. But first, you need to get certified. That's why ICT provides nationally recognized certifications as a part of your training. You'll become part of the ICT family that cares about your success, including helping you get a job when you graduate. But you have to take the first step.
My research shows you can succeed with ICT. Call now. I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell with TrustDale.com, and this is my home. Like a lot of people, I used to climb my roof twice a year and clean out my gutters, until the day I nearly fell off. No more close calls for me. So I did what I do. Investigated covered gutter options, compared price, quality, and guarantees, and hired LeafGuard. I could tell you why LeafGuard's one-piece patented system is the best value on the market, but I'd rather show you at LeafGuardResearch.com.
We had a clogged toilet one weekend with a house full of company. We couldn't fix it, so because TrustDale.com does real research, we went with their recommendation. It was Superior Plumbing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I could tell you how great Superior Plumbing performs, but guess what? Their competitors say they're great too, whether it's true or not. I've done real research, and you can see it, plus how they solved Kim's problem at SuperiorPlumbingResearch.com.
Frugal kitchens and cabinets, life happens here.
Creating the perfect kitchen in just 5 days just got easier with Frugal Kitchens and Cabinets. I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Frugal Kitchens is proud to announce the grand opening of its 4th Atlanta location in Acworth. To celebrate, they're offering $2,000 off a complete renovation. Plus, visit your local Frugal showroom for a chance at even more savings.
Frugal kitchens and cabinets, life happens here.
Welcome back to Trusted Renovations. When planning on tile for a bathroom, you need to consider much more than just how it looks. For instance, the bathroom we're going to be talking about now is going to be for Jennifer's mother when she comes to visit. Jennifer's mother's a bit older, and so when she comes to visit, we want to make sure that this bathroom was designed for her to be safe. In this design, we incorporated a linear drain system for a barrier-free shower. Joining us now is Dwayne Boyce with Oscar Brown Tile to tell us all about it. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Well, what we did in this shower, we started off with the Sluter system. Number one, that gives you mold and mildew resistance.
Okay.
All right, the zero entry comes straight in off the floor, so there's no transition, no curb, no probability of, stubbing your toe and falling and everything else.
And that's good when an aging person might have a walker or a cane.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's a short wall right next to it so you can get in. It's even accessible, with a wheelchair. We built a seat in the back wall, and so if she needed to sit down, take a shower.
Well, a lot of times people feel like a barrier-free shower or one made for the aging is it looks institutional. This bathroom, this shower is absolutely stunning. And I think you guys accomplished that by that 12 by 24, the bench seat. It's a really pretty shower.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know, you don't have to think about a zero entry shower as basically an industrial look. You know, you can make it into an industrial look, but then at the same time, you can incorporate, you know, the more modern tiles and the looks into it. So when you basically don't even notice that this drain system even exists in this floor. So it makes it a different type of look that, you know, when you walk in, it doesn't give you the industrial look that is normally incorporated.
And of course, you know, we were updating, so this is the perfect thing to do in a house that you're updating for. This is their forever home, so.
Yeah, you think about that. You know, you can't just live in the moment of, in a couple years. A lot of times you have to think about, you know, things that will come, you know, later on in life. And so that's something that's always considered. And we always try to point that out to, you know, the homeowners and try to, you know, just give them different options that they have that they can go with. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. So you might as well give it to the
It's a very
customer
progressive design, and so it's going to last them.
Well, and you can go with a more modern look now, or you can go with a traditional look. It's not, you're not stuck in one pattern anymore.
Well, thanks so much for sharing all this great information. We're going to watch as Dwayne and his crew modernize Jennifer's guest bathroom. Stay with us.
We really wanted to do something different with this bathroom going in. Instead of the traditional tub, we tore the whole assembly out to work with the bare bones. We put down the Schluter membrane to protect the wood underneath the tile from any moisture seeping through. This is something that really needs to be put in any bath or shower system before the tile goes down. Now, Jennifer wanted to make this shower accessible for her mother, so to do this, we made a seat in the shower to make it a lot safer. That's when we started putting down the tile. This tile is made of a porcelain material and has a really modern look, but doesn't clash with Jennifer's French country style. Now we just have to put the finishing touches on the shower, making sure the drain works properly and that everything fits nice and tight. Now all it needs is a glass shower door.
Whether you're a seasoned gardener or new to the gardening scene, there are a lot of ways you can take your yard to the next level. Georgia Gardens is here to dig up some great ideas for you. And Jennifer talks about finding her happy place while watching stump grinding. That's coming up on Trusted Renovations.
Trusted Renovations is sponsored by All Phase Home Services.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. My investigation shows home energy savings begins with All Phase Home Services. From blown-in and spray foam insulation to a solar blocking radiant barrier, All Phase delivers real solutions to slash your utility bills.
We're committed to providing you energy-saving solutions and great customer service.
I've not only done the research, I actually installed a radiant barrier in my home, and my power bills were cut in half. Start saving today with All Phase Home Services. Whether you're planning that home improvement project or you just want to be a smart consumer, having a sound financial plan is essential to both. To talk about that is Phil Calandra with Calandra Financial Group. Phil, how are you?
Good, Dale.
What is investainment?
Well, investainment is a term that you've coined as we've been on radio for some time now, and it speaks to why the news media, I call the noise media, is trying to hype and sell things to you all the time financially.
When they're selling things to you, they're causing what we call churn. What's churn?
That's the notion that in the financial services industry, the product is being focused and it's being commission driven, or it's being, sold over and over again.
Which makes money for the investainment folks.
Right.
What's a better route to
Well,
take?
the better route would be sound financial planning, focus on strategy, and focus on the outcome that you and your family are trying to accomplish in your retirement planning or your financial independence, rather than picking products and trying to follow hot stocks and things of that nature.
You can learn more about Calandra Financial Group at trustdale.com.
From a crack in your home to a wet basement or a demanding foundation challenge, Engineered Solutions of Georgia is your answer.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. You can trust Engineered Solutions of Georgia.
With over 35 years of experience, ESOG is your waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, and foundation repair specialist.
We always appreciate the opportunity to provide you with a free estimate.
And we guarantee each job for the life of the structure.
678 ESOG now.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I've done the research. For honest roofing service, you can trust ARAC Roof It Forward. Customers not only get an excellent roof that exceeds industry standards, but with the Roof It Forward program, ARAC donates a portion of every dollar earned to help fight childhood cancer.
They did our roof, our gutters, they did a new dormer on the front of the house, and we had a wonderful experience, and I would definitely recommend them to my neighbors and friends.
Roof It Forward today. Building your garden starts long before the shovel hits the soil. It begins in your imagination, and Georgia Gardens can turn those flowery dreams into reality. It's exactly what they did for Jennifer and John.
With such a large plot of land, Jennifer and John had their work cut out for them. Jennifer had her own vision and a team of people to help her, including some of the Georgia Gardens staff and one of my designers, and even Jennifer's own family. Jennifer wanted color in her yard that would last all year long. So, for maximum impact, we decided on a variety of evergreens, perfect for that time of year when color is so hard to come by and everything looks bare. This included some hardy dogwoods, assorted pines as a border around the property, and English laurels. Jennifer adored the azaleas that were already on the property when she purchased it, but they were so overgrown we helped her install new ones along the circular drive. Jennifer and John are sure to look forward to their beautiful blooms and sweet fragrance for years and years to come.
Now let's catch up with Jennifer and get her take on the stumps, garden, and of course, the bathroom for her mom.
I was mesmerized by the grinding of the stump, but you know, there came also an added bonus with that. They left behind all the wood chips, and I'm a gardener and I love gardening and I hate anything wasted in the garden. So I asked for them not to rake them up and spread them out, keep them in a big pile. And I am actually going to put them all on the top level of my garden around my fruit trees. And I have a teenage son in college who's always broke. So you know what? I can always ask him to spread it in my garden. I got the love from gardening from my mother and father. They grew all their vegetables. You put everything back into the garden that you take out and more. So as you can see, I'm tearing up at the thought of my mother coming over. It's beyond anything for me. I'm my mother's only daughter and we are very, very close. I haven't shown her any pictures of the house deliberately. I've talked about it. I want to surprise her. It's going to be great because I'm going to take her for lots of morning teas and afternoon teas and cook with her and garden with her and give her everything that she gave me. I want to give back.
Well, there you have it. Another busy day.
And another step closer to Jennifer's dream home.
Let's take a look back at what we got accomplished this time on Trusted Renovations. Stump-a-palooza. Removing a bunch of stumps is tough to do, but the payoff is a fresh landscape to plant on, as well as a lot of mulch. And Jennifer's mom is going to have a spa-like experience the next time she comes to America in her new age-in-place guest bath. Plus, let the landscaping begin. Shrubs, plants, and flowers are now getting a chance to bloom at the Trusted Renovations home. Great job, everyone.
Next time on Trusted Renovations,
Jennifer goes on a recon mission to find a mason to create this beautiful entrance to her home. And it's time to meet the love of Jennifer's life. And if you guess it's her husband, John, think again. Hot diggity dog. We're getting the Trusted Renovation home ready for King Louie. From dog doors to dog fences, everyone is gearing up for His Highness's big arrival. Thanks so much for catching up with us today. I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm GINA Townsend.
We'll see you next time right here on Trusted Renovations.